Okay, so let's make a full breakdown of the situation that we currently have on XRP USD. Now, starting here from the monthly time frame, what we have is a market which at the moment is testing an incredibly strong level of support and demand. In fact, this zone was acting as previous resistance here. Again, resistance here. The market broke it to the upside. At that point, it started acting as support here. And again, support here as we're currently testing and rejecting once again this strong demand and support area. So on the monthly, everything seems quite bullish, and we do expect the market to reject this area to the upside. Dropping down on the weekly time frame, what do we have? Now, here on the weekly, we can see that in creating this move to the downside, the market has also printed this M pattern. And in general, after the creation of an M pattern, what you want to see is the market create a nice move to the upside to go and complete the pattern itself at the previous support turned resistance. So here on the weekly, everything seems quite bullish, and we do expect the market to provide a nice move to the upside to go and complete this pattern at the previous support turn resistance. Dropping down on the daily time frame, what do we have? Now here on the daily, we can see how at the moment this area is acting as very strong support. We can see how every time that the market tests this zone, it gets rejected to the upside. And if we look at the pattern that we're currently creating, we can clearly see how at the moment we are inside of a horizontal accumulation from which we do expect a rejection higher. Now, if we go and see what is happening on basically the on-chain data, for Bitcoin, and we all know that that XRP at the moment is correlating quite nicely with Bitcoin. If we look at them specifically from a daily perspective, every time Bitcoin makes the move down, XRP makes the move down. If Bitcoin makes a move higher, XRP makes a move higher. We can see how on Bitcoin we just got new all-time lows for Bitcoins on exchanges, which means that all the selling pressure that we're getting during this move to the downside is getting completely absorbed by the market, and more Bitcoins are getting moved away from exchanges than the one that are getting dumped on them. So clearly there is very strong demand, and a rejection higher for Bitcoin seems very likely, meaning that XRP should follow. Now, if we look here at the structure that we have on the daily time frame, we can see how at the moment clearly we are still with bearish structure, and basically until the market will manage to break above this previous high, which is resistance, and this trend line, which is the resistance, we will not be in bullish structure. So the way in which we will be approaching this with students is as usual being reactive and not predictive. If the market will successfully manage to break above this high and above this trend line, after the break, all this previous resistance will be turned support here. So after the break, on the retest of this previous resistance turn support inside of here, what we will be doing is as usual being reactive and not predictive. Monthly, weekly, and daily combined with the on-chain data, those are the best time frames from a directional perspective. However, when it comes to confirmations and entries, the best time frames are the intraday time frames, so 4 hour and lower. So after the break on the retest inside of here, we will be monitoring price action from an intraday perspective, waiting for the market to shift from an intraday bearish market as we will have to an intraday bullish market. And if the market will shift from an intraday bearish to bullish market, at that point we will be adding XRP USD to our watch list. And as soon as the market will provide to us one of our valid entries, we will be looking for a potential long with a good risk to reward and good probabilities at that point for the move to the upside, and for the market to complete this impulse correction and impulse pattern to the upside, and for the market to provide and create a potential higher high. Now, if you enjoyed this free analysis education and update, make sure that you drop a like and a comment. It really does support the creation of more free analysis education and updates for all of you, and I will see you in my next breakdown.